you guys doing? This is Cash, and you're watching Cash's Conversation Corner. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about the guy that got fired from Barstool Sports. So we're going to go ahead and watch this video real quick and just kind of check a little bit of this out, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on that.
So Dave Portnoy, this is the problem with being corporately funded. So Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy had to announce on Wednesday that one of their popular hosts, a guy named Ben Mintz, was fired from the company after he said a racial slur accidentally while reading rap lyrics on a live stream earlier this week. So he made the mistake of, he was on a live stream, and he was reading the rap lyrics. And as he went through the rap lyrics, I believe he used the N-word.
Get some yayo, double up, Nick.
Reading rap lyrics. And Barstool's parent company, Penn Entertainment, forced Portnoy to fire him. The entire Barstool team was against this. Barstool CEO Erica Nardini and longtime talent Dan Katz said that he'd made an honest mistake. Mintz tweeted this morning, "I made an unforgivable mistake, slipping on air while reading a song lyric. It's not an unforgivable mistake, it's just a normal mistake. I'm sorry. The only thing that makes a mistake unforgivable is when people are unforgiving and jackasses." He clearly did not mean, he wasn't calling somebody the N-word. He was reading a lyric.
Never let me slip, because if I slip, then I'm slipping.
He said, "I meant no harm. I've never felt worse about anything. I apologize for my actions. I'm truly sorry and ashamed of myself." Honestly, we get more abject apologies in American culture for somebody accidentally saying the N-word while reading rap lyrics than we do from actual murderers and rapists in our society. It's an amazing thing. Penn acquired 36% of Barstool Sports from the Chernin Group for $163 million in early 2020, and they bought the remainder of the company for an additional $388 million this past February. Portnoy said that the parent company made the call to fire Mintz over concern the incident could jeopardize regulatory gambling licenses across the country. How? What does that have to do with regulatory gambling licenses? Exactly. Penn paid a lot of money for Barstool, said Portnoy. They have to make the best decisions to protect their business. I trust and respect Jay Snowden, who's the Penn CEO, and he's doing what he thinks is right. Doesn't mean I'll always agree, but he deals with things I don't have to think about.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They believe there's a chance a lot of states could pull their licenses because of that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. That's corporate cowardice by Penn right there. I feel bad for Portnoy in the sense that, he made a business deal. Once those strings are attached, though, the strings are attached. And that is a stupid and ugly situation, obviously. Okay, other controversial comments getting people in trouble.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
A person named PK Subban, who is apparently a hockey commentator of some sort, he got himself in trouble the other day. Why? Because he
really see any other racial group use a slur, towards each other colloquially every day as a label for themselves, and then simultaneously still claim it's super offensive and horrible to use, right? And don't get me wrong, I might sometimes joke as an Asian, haha, chink, gook, right? But you don't see us go around every single day referring it to ourselves. We don't speak about it colloquially. No other racial group has something like that, okay? Now, if I were to be honest, and again, this is just an honest reflection of culture and the way our social standards are. You can get mad. Am I wrong? No one's wrong. It's true, right? Now, I'll be honest. I personally think that black people should not call themselves and each other the N-word, right? Especially if they want it to be a word that's viewed so bad by society, right? And that's honestly, I don't think it's a word that people should necessarily say, especially, what does it mean? Where does it originate from? I understand why people say you shouldn't use that word, but if you shouldn't use that word, then don't use the word, right? Because I do understand why it's considered provocative or insulting to, let's just say, go up to a black person and start screaming the N-word at them. I understand. I understand why that's considered offensive, whatever. But when black people go around saying the N-word all the time in a friendly sense.
Yeah, that's just, okay, so, yeah, that's crazy just to think about. And then I guess he was David Portnoy was really pressured. This David guy was really pressured by some other parties to let go of this gentleman, and that just is so stupid. I can't believe that we are living in a society that says that basically you can say a word. You can have a word in, we're basically saying that this word exists in writing and in other literature and things that you would. Okay, so what happens when you get chatbot AI, is that gonna say the N word? We're gonna fire the AI. We're gonna fire the chatbot. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have some fail safes in there where the chatbot isn't gonna say the N word. But just think about this: they give you to keep feeding it rap lyric after rap lyric, and all of this different content that would contain the N word in different tones, in different manners. Why are we writing it? Like, why is it in literature so much if you can't say the word? That's what kills me. I've always thought differently than a lot of the people around me. And I've always thought differently than most of the people that were the same ethnicity as me. I've always looked at what other people of my ethnicity did, and tell you the truth, I tried to do something different. I won't say the opposite, but I'll just say different. I tried a different route. I was around something enough to see a situation, and I decided to go in a different direction. Now, I definitely don't use the N word. I don't like using the N word. I definitely think it puts African Americans in a spot, and it's this label box that we put ourselves in, and then we're mad when other people put us in that box. And it's like, well, you're gonna constantly put yourself in that box, then you can't be mad if somebody else puts you in that box. So I try not to use the word. The only time the time where the word does come out is when I go back home and visit my parents. My parents, they use the word like it's just a part of what they say. It has there's no infliction. There's no they'll be talking about somebody on TV and they'll use the word. They'll be talking to each other. They'll use the word, and it's so ingrained in the way that they talk to each other that you can tell that they aren't even really thinking about it as it. They're not even really thinking about it. They're just it's just a part of how they talk. So I always find that interesting whenever I do go back home and visit my parents. But yeah, black people African American people, I'm trying to switch over from saying black to African American, and I'll release a video on why that is. African American people put themselves in this situation, and I personally feel like, okay, so my thoughts on the whole situation. First of all, stupid people need to quit. People need to quit bending to the whim of these idiots that are saying that whatever they deem is wrong, that they should impose what they believe is wrong on them. It's like, oh well, as a society and everybody else, the majority of people say this is wrong, and the majority of people say you should do this, so you do that. And now that living in a world like that, it's crazy. It's mob rule. It makes no sense, and it really puts the individual in such a bind, because it's like you almost can't even be yourself anymore unless you want a bunch of ridicule, which, hey man, I say take the ridicule. I say take it. Take the ridicule. Do what you believe is right for you and what you represent and all of the people that are dependent on you. You need to do what is right for you. Canceling this guy was not the right thing to do. Firing this guy was not the right thing to do. He was rapping lyrics to a song that exists. He wasn't making up lyrics. I would really love to see the person who he was rapping his lyrics to come forward and say that this dude is fine, and it's a song. It's lyrics that I wrote. He was rapping them. I'm glad that they enjoy my music and like come forward and say something like that for this guy, because that just seems way too dramatic. That seems way too dramatic. And if we're gonna go ahead and, penalize him for using the word, we just need to not use it. And if we're going to use it and we're going to put it in rap, and we want people to go to rap concerts, and we want every race to enjoy rap music, then we need to just make the word usable. I think if we're going to use it like that, then everybody should use it. It should just be another term. It should just be like dude. It should just be like another word like dude. I mean, if we're gonna like go ahead and put it in rap songs and, popularize it the way that we're gonna popularize it, then it should just be another word. It should lose all of its meaning that it has by letting every single person use it, and just go ahead and just go with the flow. Just if these two girls over there wanna use it, let them use it. If this dude and this girl, and they're both of different races that aren't African American, they want to use it, go right ahead. It's in all this music. It's in this popular media. We should just go ahead, and that should be decriminalized. Decriminalize the use of the N-word. Unless you don't want to decriminalize, then stop using it. Stop using it in your rap songs. Stop using it, period, stop using it, period, to describe people. Just stop using it. And if you don't want to stop using it, then let everybody use it. Decriminalize the M-word. There you go. Alrighty. Well, that's all I got for today. Yeah, like I said, very stupid. And I hope you guys enjoyed me here at Cash's Conversation Corner. I am working on a platform, a format, a formula. I'm working on something, and I'm not sure exactly how this show is going to go yet, but I do know I really do enjoy doing this. And for the 11, 12, 13 subscribers I got, I do appreciate you. Maybe I got more than 13 subscribers. My 50 something subscribers, going on 60. When I reach 100, I will do like a special 100 subscribers video, and then I'll probably do one at a 500 or something like that. But yeah, I do really appreciate you guys joining me, and like I said, I'm working on a flow. But thank you. And his Cash's Conversation Corner, this is Cash, and I would like for you to keep the conversation going.